Hello, bro. This is I, Catpisser223. Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be more serious. Not to say that all my videos are fucking silly and goofy, which I'm pretty sure they are. But I'm going to be talking about specifically an interaction I had last night, and the topic of how hard it is being a woman in while playing any video games because of how toxic men are and blah blah blah. Even some women I've met while playing games. Specifically, this video I'm going to be talking about the game Valorant, which already rings something in your ear if you know about that game. The community is toxic, and especially if you're a woman, playing that game can be horrible because everybody is either out to fuck you or out to hurt you. I've been playing Valorant since 2020, 2021. 2020 is when the game came out, so I was playing late 2020, early 2021. I was 12 years old. And ever since I can remember, I avoided talking in voice chat because, first of all, I was really young, and second of all, I'm a girl. I'm a woman. And if you've ever played video games as a woman and as a girl, knowing these shooter kind of games, especially the competitive aspect, which I'll get into, people are usually horrible towards you. Whether they think you're going to throw their game because you're a girl, and they tell you, oh, go back to the kitchen, you don't deserve to be here, you suck, you're a woman, blah, 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 blah. We've heard it all before. Or they're flirting with you. Hey, what's your Discord? How old are you? They immediately try to talk to you. See, they think they have a chance with you. So yeah, I've been told a lot of stuff throughout my years of playing Valorant, but I'm more so going to talk about an interaction I had last night. Me and my boyfriend were playing competitive Valorant because that's my favorite thing to do now. I love queuing competitive Valorant, even though anybody who plays Valorant knows that nobody loves that game. Every time someone says they love Valorant, they've never played competitive or they've never actually played the game before, because yes, you might find it fun, but it enrages you. It brings out some kind of anger in me I've never felt before. And the only way I can describe it is if I feel the rage that an 11-year-old boy feels like when they lose a Fortnite match. Okay, that's the only thing I can say. I feel like I want to punch holes in my walls and break my desk. And sometimes I do hit my desk and I feel like a fucking loser fucking league player or some chud, okay? So last night, me and my boyfriend queued a ranked game, and we played a lot, and we were winning. We lost one, but they apparently fixed the RR system, so we were gaining more than we were losing, so it wasn't that bad. But we queued and we saw two very recognizable names. It was two people that we played against the last game who we absolutely shat on because they were horrible, and because we shat on them, we started talking while choosing our agents, saying, or it was more so my boyfriend. I don't really talk too much. I just didn't really feel like it. And my boyfriend was talking, saying oh, you guys were horrible, blah, 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 we beat you, blah, blah, blah. And they were responding and they sounded pretty nice and funny. And this one guy, there was a Sage player and I think the other guy was a Reyna. The Sage player, first of all, would not stop talking. This guy constantly blabbing, constantly talking. You could barely hear the game because this guy would just keep talking and his mic was just super loud. So I turned his mic down. Same thing with the Reyna. The Reyna didn't talk that much, but I did turn his mic down because it was kind of loud and I could barely hear the game. So the Reyna, after I turned him down, he was pretty quiet because also he was mumbling, so I could barely hear him. That's very important to the story. I can barely hear him. And the Sage keeps talking. So we go a while into this game, we're losing. But since the Sage and the Reyna were talking and my boyfriend's having fun, being mean and they're laughing together, it's shits and giggles. So I didn't really care too much about the losing aspect, that we were gonna fucking lose the game, until I start talking. Because I guess I hadn't really spoken in voice chat most of the time because I was just doing my own thing. But then I start talking and apparently, now remember, the Reyna's mumbling and he's also turned down so I can barely hear him. He starts talking to me. I'm playing Clove. So he's like, hey, Clove, blah, blah, blah. And I think I hear him talking about wanting a kiss or something. And the Sage is like, oh, are you not going to give Reyna a kiss? And me and my boyfriend are on call on Discord and we both have our cameras on. And I can see his face drop. Because the second somebody even utters things about me, especially weird things, he does not fuck with that, obviously. he shouldn't. Why would he let another man talk about kissing up on me, you know? So he's already pissed. So he's like, oh, okay, so this guy's a loser. And I don't respond to him because, first of all, I can't really hear him, and I'm not gonna like engage in that. I'm not gonna like entertain whatever kind of sick fucking shit this Reina has in his mind. So I ignore him. And if you guys don't know, as a woman, if you ignore any man's advances, especially if that man has a fragile ego and is a fucking idiot, instead of backing off, that man will double down and say horrific things to you. That guy went on to, now, I know I definitely can't say this stuff on YouTube, and I don't want to, so I'm going to try and say it without saying the actual words, and I will just hope that you guys understand what I'm trying to say to you. This guy now proceeds on to say, oh, I'm going to R-word you. I'm going to use a sharp object against your throat. I'm going to R-word you. I'm going to, because my name is Capister223. Same thing on Valorant. And he's like, I'm going to R-word your cat. I'm going to hurt your cat. I don't have a cat, guys. My name is not because I have a cat and I piss on cats. Cats don't piss on me. I've said this before. That's not it. I just have the name Cat Pisser. He starts repeatedly saying that he's going to R-word me and hurt me. And first of all, once he said it the first 5 times, also, this guy's mumbling, right? I tell him to speak the fuck up the first time because I'm like, dude, what are you saying? You know, you can speak up whenever you're fucking talking to me, because I started losing my patience. Obviously, I'm not going to let this man disrespect me. But when he kept repeating it, because he doesn't know how to talk, he's a fragile little bitch, I just ended up muting him and reporting him and being like, hey, this guy's saying that he's going to R-word me, and so do something, Valorant. So I mute him and I start throwing the game, because whenever I have bad teammates, especially bad teammates that end up being horrible people, like I've met like pedos and like people like that, I throw the game, because as much as even though I'm losing RR from it, I don't believe that they deserve a win no matter what. I don't care if I'm D-ranking. I don't care. Like, I want this guy to not have a good time. So I start throwing the game. I start running in with my knife out. I start buying random ass guns that I've never used before. Well, I've used every gun, but you know what I mean. I just start throwing the game, and I'm ignoring him. The only reason I know that he's continuing to say the same things over and over and over again is because my boyfriend is responding to him, and also the Sage is responding to him, and he's saying like, hey, calm down, or hey, Clove, are you going to say anything? And I said, I muted him a while ago, right? Because I'm not going to deal with that. Like, that's not my problem. That's his problem, correct? And he just kept saying it. My boyfriend was getting pissed off. He's like, this guy's a fucking loser. And the thing is, Valorant can't like fully ban someone like that, I think, without like, if you don't screenshot or record it or something. He was talking about, because I want this man permanently banned, because I believe that like people get hardware banned for cheating, but not for specifically saying what they're going to do, horrible things they're going to do to you. I believe that, like, yeah, if you curse someone out and call them a fat bitch, yeah, you should get a couple hours of voice chat ban. But if you say that you're gonna R-word me and harm me, like unalive me, I think you should be hardware banned, because you shouldn't have the right to even open your fucking mouth. You know, like, that's disgusting. It's unwarranted. It's not needed. It's not something that like is like allowed and should be accepted in this fucking game. But I'm sure that guy got banned for 2 days max. I don't know. It said that my report has been submitted and he was penalized, but I don't know for how long, obviously. But yeah, that guy was a fucking loser. And it baffles me, because first of all, how are people brung into this world? I forgot the word. Like, how are you brought into this world? A woman. A woman gives birth to you. That guy has a mother. That guy maybe has a sister or an aunt. How dare you? I don't understand how men could speak this way to women, because you have a mother. Do you speak to your mother that way? How would you feel if someone spoke to your sister that way, or your mother that way, or your aunt that way? Like, I can't believe that people out there still talk to women this way and think it's okay to say this to people. Like, aren't you ashamed? Like, you should be ashamed, you know? And it's like that. I was more so upset about that than the stuff he was saying to me, because as a woman, especially if you play video games, you have to, like, you learn to just accept it or just ignore it, because all you're told is, oh, just mute them, oh, just do this, because you basically can't do anything to defend yourself, because if you start trying to talk back, they'll just call you emotional, or they just say, oh, you're mad, oh, blah blah blah, and they try to like belittle you for being upset, for reacting to the things that they're saying. And most of the time they want a reaction out of you. That's why muting them is always just like the only thing you can really do, because I'm not going to sit here. It was also late at night. It was like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. So I'm not going to sit here fucking trying to defend myself over someone who has such a fucking pea brain. He wouldn't be able to understand what I'm saying to him regardless of like what I do. So I gave up. I muted him. I reported him, and that's all you can fucking do. But I just like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I genuinely don't know what direction. I didn't have a script for this video anyways. I'm using a lot of filler words. I'm stuttering. This is probably not going to be my best video. I really just wanted to say like what happened, because like that's something that hasn't happened to me in a long time. I've been playing Valorant, for like 6 or 7 years, and it was really bad once I first started, when I was 11 or 12, because people would be like, go back to the kitchen, woman, you're so bad, bark for me. Like, I would have people ask me to bark for them because they would hear me talk and I was a girl. It was disgusting, and it is disgusting, but the thing is, now it's a little less common. I go into a Valorant game, and instead of like people asking me to harm myself, or people purposefully throwing my game because, oh, a girl's on our team, we're going to lose, it turned more into they flirt with you, and if you reject them, either they'll leave you alone and be like a little pissy, or B, what happened to me last night, they will berate you and be like, oh, well, I didn't want you anyways, you're ugly, and I'm going to R-word you, and I'm going to harm you. It's so funny, because this is not something that's just limited to video games. In real life, women have to be on high alert. If a man's flirting with them in public, like, you don't know what will happen if you say no. You have to calmly reject them, because what if you go like, fuck no, get the fuck away from me, and they're armed with like a weapon and they try and hurt you. Like, this is a real thing. It's not just in video games. Like, men are just cruel some men. I don't want all people to think I'm talking about all men, and they'll be like, we're talking about all men. Well, actually, I'm a good guy, and nice guys always finish last. Now I'm just gonna move on to stuff that's not a part of this video. VidCon video. Just came back from VidCon. Will be coming out as soon as possible. I'm trying. Please subscribe. We're almost at 67 subscribers. Thank you for 65 subscribers. I was gaining subs when I wasn't even home and when I wasn't even posting. So thank you. I'm very grateful, and I will try to post more, and I'm actually actively trying to get a job. Sorry, trigger word, J-O-B. So I can afford a camera to like record better videos and give you more like entertaining stuff than just me ranting in front of my computer. So I'm trying. Trust. I don't have that much money, so it's gonna take a while, but we'll get there. If you want to give me money, I do stream on Twitch. I was live literally like an hour ago, and you can subscribe to me there and send me a little bit of cash my way if you want, but I don't really mind. It is linked in my YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see a link that says Twitch, and that is my Twitch. Have a great day. Goodbye, and I hate Valorant. Yeah, it's so fun. I fucking hate Valorant.